Now, more Ross and Burbank.
On 97.3 KIRO FM.
There appears to be trouble in paradise, by which I mean Redmond, where drivers are not slowing down for pedestrians at crosswalks. Actually, they're not supposed to slow down. They're supposed to stop completely. So what the Redmond police have done is set up a, I guess they call it an emphasis patrol, where they sit in cars near the crosswalks and just start ticketing people who don't stop, as the law says they must. Here's the report from King 5. And then we apparently going to test this ourselves.
Yeah, I think the plan is for me to head out to the corner. We have a very busy street here, East Lake Avenue East, and there's a crosswalk that connects us to the wonderful Azteca restaurant across the street. And I'm just going to head back and forth across the street and see if anybody hits me. It'll be like a human game of Frogger.
You're just going to... Now, how are you going to approach it? Are you going to just put... Because legally, the moment you set foot in the crosswalk, traffic should come to a screeching halt.
I'm gonna improvise, Dave. I'm gonna rely on my wits, my instincts, and if it's a semi-truck, I'm staying on the sidewalk.
Well, if anybody can pull this off, you can.
All right, should I head out there?
Go ahead. I'll play the report from King 5. This is what's going on in Redmond. Okay, now we switch you to East Lake Avenue East, right in front of the Bonneville Broadcast Center, where my partner Luke Burbank is standing by on the phone. Luke, come in, please.
There's an Audi SUV pulling up, and it is stopping. Thank you so much. Now I'm in this middle ground, Dave, where I'm in the middle of the street, and an Acura SUV on the other side has just stopped for me. So pass number one, total success. And I want to tell you, Dave, I'm doing the thing that I hope most people do when they cross the street in the crosswalk. When someone's nice enough to stop for you, put a little pep in your step. Okay, I'm hustling across the street. Okay, now I am about to try to go again. Oh, a Toyota just failed to stop for me. But now a white Chevy something is stopping and letting me cross. Thank you, sir. And he's listening to the radio, so the entire sample is really skewed here, Dave, because he's actually a KIRO listener. Wouldn't that be great if I was mowed down by someone actually listening to the show?
Actually, this proves the point that it's much safer to cross the street if you're live on the air on a popular show while you're doing it.
I know. Being videotaped by the web team, no less. I mean, it's like I said, it's not a completely, what would you say, scientific sort of survey.
When I look at
the question, Dave,
yeah,
what's the policy on stopping if, oh, wow, a guy is waiting on the other side of the street. He was about to cross, and somebody driving an Enterprise commercial truck, just like a big one, like a container truck, just went blazing past him. And what I noticed is the guy driving this big truck was on his cell phone typing something in.
Do we have a license number on that?
The police in Redmond mentioned that a good number of the people they busted on Cleveland Street were also on their cell phones. And that seems to be part of what happens here, right? Is that
was there a how's my driving number on the back of that truck?
It went by too quickly. But if I see him again, I'll report. Okay, now it's actually of course, because this is live radio, there's a complete lull in the traffic here on East Lake. I could have a picnic in the middle of the street right now.
The other possible factor here is at some point, people will notice you're just crossing back and forth and will get really annoyed with you.
Now, check this out. There is a lady who must be also a KIRO listener or the world's most conscientious person, Dave. I'm at the KIRO side of the crosswalk. This woman has stopped about 4 blocks before the crosswalk, okay, on the other side of the street. She just waved me across. She also might be a listener. I'm just becoming a spectacle out here, Dave.
Exactly.
People are just going to start throwing water balloons at me. What is the rule on stopping if you are on the far side of the street? So let's say someone is about to enter the crosswalk, but you are on the other side.
The actual
driving?
No, the rule is the moment your foot touches the crosswalk, traffic in both directions is supposed to stop, as I understand it. Once you have crossed more than halfway across the street, the cars that are behind you, I believe, can then go through the crosswalk. But if you were heading towards traffic, they have to stop for you. Okay,
so here we go. I'm going to try it again. This is really busy. All right. A Honda just didn't stop. Oh, another Audi stopped. You know, these Audi drivers, Dave, of which I count myself one, very conscientious. Although, you know what that lady just did? As soon as I was midway through the crosswalk, she gunned it. So that was illegal because if I'm in the crosswalk, she's supposed to stop, right?
Well, heading towards her. Were you heading towards her lane?
Yeah, we were on the same side of the street. She stopped.
Yeah.
I got into the crosswalk. As soon as I was like an inch past her car, she floored it, which is weird because she was
I see.
heading directly into a line of traffic that was waiting for a red light. There was nothing to be gained.
Well, I think that once you're past her, I think you can. Of course, that's the rule I just made up.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. So let me just give you an update so far.
Yeah,
I think
please.
I've done so far 3 crossings, and people have stopped for me each time. In fact, one person stopped 4 blocks before the crosswalk. One of them was a confirmed KIRO listener, and an Enterprise rental truck almost killed an Indian dude. That's the report from out here so far.
I think it's time for you to come in. Number one, and number two.
One more pass. Oh, good. A Subaru Forester stopping for me. Oh, there's a Volvo bearing down on me, Dave. That anti-lock braking system just really kicked in. They stopped. Thank you. So far, I have to say the travelers who head along East Lake, except for that guy in that big truck,
right,
seem to be a pretty polite bunch.
I'm just worried that the scientific nature of the survey is going to be challenged, given that number one, you're live on the air. Number two, you're crossing way more times than a normal person would cross, and at some point, the drivers are actually aiming for you when they see how many times you're crossing.
You know who just circled back around?
What?
The killer truck.
What?
Yes. He's right in front of me, Dave. It's like a stakeout.
Yeah.
In fact, I think the KIRO web team is videotaping him. Should I read his license plate number on the air?
Probably not, but is there a "How's my driving" number on the back?
Nope. There's just a number for renting a truck from them.
What we've learned from that segment, I think, is that there needs to be a law against the same person crossing the street 5 times.
And I'll check this out. A guy in a Saab, Dave. Look, another listener. This is